We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to fight and hold support here. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 9:55 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down, and we look forward to having you join us. So here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, fighting to hold support, and we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. The home run day was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run day was from our Apple bot. Our Apple bot at 9:05 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 80% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are at the SPY, the SP 500 index, doing a full transition from bright green bars to white with red borders. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the SP 500 index, back under a bear indicator up here since the 548 level since Friday, right? First bear indicator that pops up since the bull indicator from down here at 544. And that is where we're fighting here to hold support, right? That 544, 545 mark. You could see it there in the after hours, fighting to get back above it, just off of it by 1 cent. That's definitely an area to not ignore, and it keeps on fighting support down here near the next support, which is 543. We've talked about this in previous videos, and we've broken this down multiple times in the charts. So we're in a tight consolidation here between 543 and 545 right now, and it's going to be crucial to justify any further move to the upside for inflows to follow, bull indicators to pop up, and 545 to be used as support and broken away from. Now, it's the QQQ also here having volatility, but it's back under a bull indicator at 479. Got back over 480. Definitely something to not ignore. I will be watching that going into tomorrow. And could that roll that strength over into the SPY as well? Because we have Tesla pushing up under a bull indicator since 198. You have Apple as well. Big run since 211, hitting all the way up here towards 216. And the one that is struggling but pushing back up under a bull indicator as well is Netflix, right? Popping up here at 672 and finding support above 660. So multiple stocks have bull indicators. Could it bring the SPY up with it and continue to justify this move on the QQQ going into tomorrow, right? And that's what we're going to break down. Now, in the bigger picture of the 1 hour, we could see here a bear indicator dominating over the chart at 547.50 as well. Definitely something to watch. And in the volatility of the 15-minute, we do have a bull indicator, right? At 544.68 to be exact. That's the support that was found all throughout the afternoon, right? It kept on bouncing there above 544.50, 544.60. That's where it pushed up pretty strong here into the close, hitting highs here of 545.88 and coming back down, and it needs to hold. This is going to be crucial going into tomorrow. Now I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflows so we could take a look at it if it justifies this hold and further push of retest of key resistance levels and so forth, right? So that's what we're going to pull up, and we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting with these inflows here in the pre-market, right? You could see it trying to push up, and quickly the sharp drop that we had after the open from 545 down towards 542, outflows were dominating. They crossed over, pulled down towards -2. It found itself flat as it's trying to push up, but so far into the close, inflows have crossed the midpoint, and they're now positive and above at 0.91. Definitely something to not ignore on the 30-minute, but it needs to further push up to justify any further move and staircase effect here and test of key resistance levels on the 30-minute chart. So I will be watching that the rest of these after hours and going into tomorrow. And based off the history of the chart, it has room to go higher, right? It's hit inflows of 1.95 and even 2.8. Now in the bigger picture of the 1 hour, it has not crossed, right? The big drop that we saw on Friday, outflows crossed over. They found support and slowed down at -3.3. And in this tight consolidation, the reason why we're not breaking out any higher is because inflows have been trying to pick up all day, but they have not crossed the midpoint. Even though it's green, it's still -0.05. This needs to cross the midpoint to justify any further move to the upside and a breakout and retest and use it as support of these highs of day, right? At the 545.80 level. Something to not ignore. And I would round that up to 546. Now, in the volatility of the 15-minute, we are seeing outflows trying to begin again, but inflows have started to dominate since the middle of the day. And throughout the second half, it held up support, right? And fought to stay above 545. And there we have it again, back above. It just jumped 2 cents in the middle of this video, right? From 544.99 to 545.01 cents. But outflows here are heading towards the midpoint. If this crosses to the downside, it can quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts. I would not ignore that. And the first support I'll be watching is 543. If that gets broken through, I will be watching if it rolls the weakness over into the 30-minute, making those outflows cross over, switching it from green to red. Something to not ignore here in the bigger picture. And the next support I'll be watching is 540. Now to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows, even if they cross to the downside, to level off, switch from red to green, come back up, pull away from the midpoint, continue this staircase effect here on the 15-minute chart, break through the highs of day. I'll just round that up to 546. That's the first area to break through and try to roll that strength over into the 30-minute and 1 hour. The 1 hour needs to cross the midpoint. It's right there near it. It's going to be crucial to justify any further move to the upside, because if it continues below it and the lower time frames and the volatility pulls downwards, it could quickly start to reflect weakness as well. So we need those inflows on all these time frames to cross over. And then above 546, the next resistance I'll be watching is 548, and then comes 550. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I would not ignore them. They're all really close to the midpoint and at crucial levels. And in the volatility, it's heading down towards it and red. Something to not ignore going into tomorrow and the rest of these after hours. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.